Hey guys, welcome to my garden. The roses are blooming beautifully, and today I wanted to show you some perennials that bump the flowers of roses and look beautiful together. Today is incredibly windy and I was really afraid we won't be able to record this video for you. When I went into the garden this morning, I saw that one of my climbing roses, Laguna, snapped. She's not on the gazebo anymore. All of the strings snapped and she's lying down. So we'll have to deal with that after the video. Hopefully nothing is broken. But I wanted to get back to my perennials and roses. I believe that they are perfect neighbors. Sometimes you will see gardens that are rose gardens and the only plant that is there are roses. And this is a very interesting experience when you visit those kind of gardens. But for me, for Marta, it's I don't like them. I really like the mixed gardens. So when you see the roses mixed with perennials, with annuals, with biennials, with climbers, with maybe boxwood, everything is mixed. And roses, when they have all of those neighbors, I believe that they are even more beautiful because of that, because all of those other plants give the oomph to their appearance. So the first perennial I wanted to talk about is Lady's Mantle, Alchemilla mollis. This perennial with its chartreuse flowers is a beautiful addition to your garden. I really love the leaves because in spring, when only leaves appear and there is some rain, you will see how beautiful the raindrops are looking on the leaves, and then it flowers. It flowers with those beautiful lime chartreuse flowers that last for a very long time. And I believe that this lime color goes so well with pink flowers of roses. Here you can see it with pink flowers of my climbing hydrangea Constant Spray, but I will also show you with other pink roses, the first ones that were in my garden. We'll come back here later, but I wanted to show you Lady's Mantle in a different position. So here is another example of Lady's Mantle with a rose. This rose is Bonica 82. This rose was the first rose I had in my garden almost 10 years ago. I was so afraid of roses. I thought they were so difficult. It was so difficult to grow them. They will die on me. I was like so afraid. And I was like, okay, I will buy one rose and we'll see. I bought 3 of them, the same Bonica, because I read somewhere online that it's an easy rose to grow. And it was so easy. I've never had any problems with it. Maybe after like 8 years, we've had one bad year, something happened to its roots. But like for all of those years, she was healthy, she was blooming. She was like, Marta, don't worry. You can like roses. We are not as difficult as they say. So I really love Bonica and I really recommend it to everyone who wants to start with a rose. It doesn't have any scent, but it's very healthy. And Alchemilla, I think, what do you think? Does it add to the color or to this pink color of the rose? I think so. I really like this pairing of chartreuse and pink. Let me know in the comments, do you have this kind of flower or maybe even a rose that convinced you to try with other ones like Bonica did to me? Let me know in the comments which one was it. And now let's go to see another perennial. Second perennial on my list is Catmint. Those purple flowers bloom for a really long time. If you use Chelsea chop, you will have some flowers with your alliums, you will have some flowers with your roses. I really like the perennial because it attracts a lot of pollinators, and the purple flowers add something to pink flowers of roses, but you can also pair them with yellows, you can pair them with whites. I think it works with a lot of rose colors, also with the oranges or the salmons. So I think it is very versatile. What you can see here are 2 roses. Those are called Heavenly Pink, one of my favorite roses, and I would also recommend them to beginners because I've never had problems with them. They flower very abundantly all the time, all the season. If you just prune back the spent flowers, she will just produce more and more. The only disadvantage is that it doesn't have any scent, but it's a very healthy rose. It will get some white flies and green flies, but I've never had, if I did not spray, I've never had problems with the flowers. So they are just there, they are eating something, but it does not affect the flowering amount, so it's fine. Another interesting perennial for roses, but this one is not blooming yet, so I cannot show you, but this is Heuchera, and it's the lime marmalade, and I think it will look very beautiful with pink roses. We'll see in like 2 weeks, I think, or maybe a week if it blooms. But now let's go into more shaded position and let's talk about another perennial with beautiful leaves. Another idea I had for a perennial for a rose will be for a space that is more in a shaded position, not like super shaded, but semi-shade at least, because my proposal to you is Brunnera, and Brunneras, if you plant them in full sun, their leaves will have burnt edges, and we don't want that. We want them to look beautiful. So if you have a space with like 6 hours of doubled sun, or you have something that below it's more shaded and the upward position for a rose is enough with 6 hours of sunlight, that's perfect. So Brunnera, I think, is a beautiful addition, especially those varieties that are Jack Frost, Silverheart, Seahar. There are so many now with those silvery leaves. They are beautiful. They add this beautiful, like almost light to the border. When I pair them with a white rose like this one, this is Bobby James. This is a rambler that blooms only once, but when it blooms, you will not miss it because it is a wall of white flowers. They are open flowers, so perfect for pollinators because they are open, they are easy to reach, and you can always see so many pollinators flying in and enjoying this beautiful show. After the rose stops blooming, it will bloom for 2 or 3 weeks, depending on the temperatures we get, because if it's colder, it will bloom for longer. If it's hotter, it will bloom shorter, unfortunately. Hopefully, this weather is quite fine for roses. But after it's done blooming, here we'll have some hydrangeas. I have panicle hydrangeas, a lot of them. I planted, I think, several this spring. So we will see like a huge show of hydrangeas in this border because I have like several Annabelles, and I think it will be not more than 20, maybe 30. I need to count how many hydrangeas we'll see around me. It will look beautiful later in the season. Here we have another example of beautiful perennials. We have salvias. We have few varieties here. The smaller one is compact deep blue, very nice compact growing salvia. The taller one is April Night, the one I'm always telling you about. It blooms first, it has very stiff stems, and it's a very reliable salvia. It will bloom at least 3 times for you during the season, and it does not flop. And the third one is Salad Blue, also a beautiful variety. And I've paired it with roses. The variety is Chopin, and this rose was the second rose I bought for my garden after Bonica. So when I had success with Bonica, I was like, I need to try with another rose. And I bought this Polish rose, Chopin. It is a very interesting rose. I really like it. And here you can see how the purple goes well with white. This is a very calming composition. When we pair cold colors like purple and white, this gives our brain this feeling that this needs to calm us down. It will be different when you look like at red or oranges. Those colors are the ones that will like give you the power, give you the drive to do things. And when we go into a garden and we see white and purple, you are like suddenly, and green, you will be like, yes, I need this zen, I need to calm down. And when you look at it, I think you get this feeling. I've got some other white roses like William and Catherine and Lion's Rose, but today we are talking about perennials. Let's go and see another one. When you look at my borders, you will see that my favorite pairing with roses are Catmints and Salvias. I really use them everywhere I can. Because they always flower together. But I wanted to show you some perennials that might flower with them, but it might not happen because they will stop flowering too soon before the roses come to full bloom, but sometimes it happens. So let's talk about those. Just a week ago, I was showing in a video how beautiful my rose that will be the climbing rose is blooming, and it was paired with my lupin and with foxgloves. And today, as you can see, it's almost done. So this tells me something. Sometimes you will have roses blooming with your lupins, sometimes it will not happen at all. The lupins will bloom with the alliums and then they will be spent and gone. So first of all, you need to know when does your rose bloom. Some of the roses bloom earlier, so Rose Etolbiac is the rose that blooms first in my garden. And I know that I can pair it with different plants. But for example, the Jasmina rose or jasmine rose, she blooms very late for me, especially that she's a later blooming rose and she is in semi-shade, so that makes her bloom very late. So I know pairing her with lupins will not be a great idea. So you need to sometimes understand your plants and know how to pair them. Let me know in the comments what kind of perennials do you like pairing with your roses. Maybe there are some surprises and I will find something new. Let me know in the comments. For me, the most important part of what kind of perennials I try to match with my roses is the blooming period. If I can prune them right to the ground and they will reflower for me twice or maybe even 3 to 4 times, that is the perfect situation because we get this bump, another color that is pairing with the rose. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one about climbing roses. I just need to take care of my Laguna and tie it up to the gazebo. Bye, see you then.